Hello everyone, I am here with the topic conservation of biodiversity. Before coming to the topic conservation of biodiversity, I just want to make one thing clear that we assume environment in a wrong way. If environment, we heard the word environment now, we just think of the climate, plants, animals, species around us. Yes, all these are included in the environment, but the things around us is the basic environment and environmental conditions. Like if a person living in a coastal area, so environment of that place will be different. If a person lives in a hilly area, the environment will be entirely different. So coming to my point, conservation of biodiversity, I will just keep it very simple and very short as much as possible. I will clear this. So, coming to the conservation of biodiversity, meaning of conservation. First, we need to understand the word meanings of the topic. So, first word is conservation. We are already familiar that what is conservation. Conservation means precaution, prevention, how we are keeping the things as it is safely. That is the conservation. Okay. Then, what is biodiversity? Here, biodiversity means it is made up of two words. First word is bio, second word is diversity. Bio means life, means the living organisms around us, and diversity means variety. That means biodiversity means variety of living organism, living things around us. So in this topic we will study and we will understand, we will learn some basic points. Like first point, what is biodiversity, that we have already discussed in short. What actually is the biodiversity? What are the types or varieties of biodiversity, that we need to understand. Second, how we can conserve, how we can keep them safe. So conservation we need to study. Why we are conserving something now, so why we need to conserve, and what will happen if we don't conserve, what will happen in the future, and why we need to conserve. That will be our second motto of this topic. Why and how we will conserve. Why, how we will conserve, and why we have to conserve. And one more thing, what are the techniques through which we can conserve, means what we can do, techniques. And fifth point is, what are the things that is the threat to biodiversity, means what are the dangerous things we are doing, we humans are doing, that biodiversity is getting deteriorated day by day. So threats of the biodiversity. So let's start that why we need to conserve the biodiversity. One myth is there, we humans are always live in a myth. We are just thinking that we are conserving, we are preventing all the species, all the environment around us, but it is a myth, because environment, nature is protecting us. You all know that, actually you all know that nature is protecting us, but yes, we are in a myth that we are protecting the nature. Because in ancient times, like Vedic times, Ayurveda, when Ayurveda was in a practice, on that time we heard about the jadi booty. It is an Indian term. Jadi booty is a kind of medicine, means Ayurvedic medicine, which we get from the forest. For conservation, it is not there na ki we can conserve anything like this. We need to understand, we need to be aware that how we can conserve. We need to understand some technical things, that how we can do this. That's why training is everywhere, training is done everywhere. Before joining to the job, we need to give that, means we need to have that training. So like this only, means for conservation, for cooking, for dancing, for teaching, in every field we need a training. Like that, for conservation also we need some sort of training, some sort of awareness, that so that we can conserve it more properly. So coming to the types. First is genetics biodiversity, second one is species biodiversity, third one is ecosystem biodiversity. So one by one I am going to explain all these things. Okay, so first one is genetics. By the word genetics, what we understand, what first thing comes to our mind? Traits, some kind of traits which we are inheriting from our ancestors, from our father, forefather, mother, maternal grandmother, maternal grandfather, like that. Means genetics is something, that kind of a trait which we are inheriting. Okay, so let me give you one example of genetic biodiversity. Most common type of example is, we are eating rice. Actually I am from India, so just we are very fond of rice, and especially Bengalis are very much fond of rice. So rice, mango, फलों का राजा आम, king of all the fruits, mango. How it is? Like when we are eating rice, many variety of rice are there, like basmati rice, idli rice, Hyderabadi rice, Govindu Bhog rice, and many more. Means for every other occasions we are using different kind of variety of rice. Sona Masuri rice. And in case of mango also, Alfonso mango, Dashera mango, and many names are there. Actually I don't mango very much, I don't like mango actually, so that's why I just don't know what are the varieties. But yes, we everybody knew that many varieties are available in the market for the mango. Okay, so from the ancient times these traits are going, means these traits are coming, like rice variety, means like we can just recognize the rice by seeing, looking, touching to it, like some kind of genetic trait it's carrying, variety. That is the type of genetic biodiversity. I hope I can make you clear. Second one is species. Species means I will just give one example. When I was staying in Karnataka, on that place peacocks are very common, but in northern side peacocks are not very common. We can see the peacocks in a zoo. Like in which area we are living now, in that area which species are available. If we are living in a coastal area, then fish, crabs, all these are available in a huge quantity and easily available, means sea fish, seafood, everything, octopus and all. And I have just given you the example of peacock, na? Just peacock also. But in northern side they are not easily available. In non-coastal areas they are not easily available. Seafood is not, it is very much expensive. So that comes under the species biodiversity. Then third is the ecosystem. All these things which are contributing a part in our ecosystem, in biodiversity, that is ecosystem. For example, forest, grassland, ocean, climatic change, everything is included in the ecosystem. What are the threats of biodiversity? We are all aware of this, like deforestation, pollution, huge increase of pollution these days. As much as we are using our fossil fuels, we are just depleting our environment. So air pollution, water pollution, noise, many kind of pollutions are there. So deforestation, increase in the pollution, increase in the increase of gadgets like Wi-Fi, internet, every day we are using, like we are misusing, literally speaking we are misusing all these things. So all these are threats to biodiversity. So we need to understand that as much as possible we have to reduce the usage of all these things. Like population is increasing, that's why deforestation is increasing now, because in previous time population was less, nowadays population is increasing like anything. So we need to cut the trees, and if forest will be not there, who will give us the medicines? So all these things we need to just minimize diversity. There are two types of conservation of biodiversity. One is on-site, one is off-site. As the name suggests, on-site and off-site. On-site means we have to conserve the species as it is there, like wildlife sanctuary, our forest, like that. Off-site means like zoo, botanical gardens, means all the artificial environment which we have created for natural species. That is the on-site means every natural possible way we can conserve. Okay, let me give you one more example that we can differentiate on-site and off-site like that. When we purchased aquarium for our home, okay, aquarium which in which we can keep the fish, means we are keeping the fishes in this fish, and one ocean is there, okay. So in ocean also fish is available and in aquarium also fish is available, but the difference is that ocean is a natural place, natural home for the fish. Likewise, aquarium is the artificial environment, artificial home for the fish. I hope I can just make it clear. So, concluding our today's topic, that is conservation, what we can do as a human, what we can do so that we can conserve our biodiversity. We can plant more and more trees. We can just keep our environment clean, pollution free. We can use electric vehicles instead of vehicles we are using nowadays. We can just switch off our Wi-Fi while sleeping, so that signals can't reach to us more frequently, and we can just control the population also, because population is ultimately related to the deforestation. Paper bags instead of plastic bags. These small steps we can all take, and we can all topic more clear, and I hope it helps you and it will help in conserving the biodiversity.